And then Knees was like in my honorable mentions in my head, could be here, could not be here. Didn't know if today was going to be a buster day, but it looks like it's not going to be. But Godly, I would keep it a bean. I want to see how Mounir is able to deal with Godly because no one else has been able to make it even look really convincing today. But so far, Mounir is starting off quite convincingly, and that gives me good hope for him. But that's just a good start, you know?
Yep.
It's not about how you start, it's how you finish.
That, like, Mounir being here is not a surprise. I would say the biggest quote-unquote surprise, and it's not even really a big surprise, is that Mounir is here on the winner's side of things. Because, like, Mounir making it into the top 4 is not super crazy. I mean, he's PR 5 for Brawlhalla's sake. So him coming into this really on the winner's side is sort of the big, oh, okay, like, we know Mounir can do very, very well. The fact that he's doing so well today over players like Knees and Skeldra, who have kind of been that top 3 lately in EU, of course, alongside Godly, who's just still seemingly miles ahead of everybody. Mounir's going to grab the first KO, though, in this game. A little bit under a minute into this one. Of course, we are game 1, so this could completely set the stage for the rest of the set, or because it's game 1, it could mean absolutely nothing.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Godly, you know, was able to retaliate pretty easily there. And also was able to recognize that he wouldn't be able to get the punish on the thing he was going for and responded to what Mounir did afterward immaculately. And that kind of level of awareness makes me think that Godly's perfectly fine. I mean, check out this stock. It's already gone.
That's huge. And he took, like, no damage.
One little kiss is all he took.
Yeah. He was like he was eating a big old sandwich there, and like one drop of olive oil came out of it and landed on his shirt. But he knows how to deal with that stain. He's going to get it taken care of very quickly. He's not going to put it in the dryer, so the dryer can dry on that stain, and it's essentially permanent.
Keep that Tide stick on him, you know? Ready to use at any moment here. Oh, that's going to be a punish on Mounir. Goes for the guarantee stuff. Goes for 3 hits there. Actually reads the fact that Mounir isn't going to dodge. So smart from Godly. Already kind of winning on that layer of Yomi. And that means that Mounir really needs to think about what's going on here. Finally manages to get a little bit of a turnaround with that side to secure that stock in the orange already, though. And Godly has already proven, I mean, in this set and several others today, that his ability to rack up damage and close out stocks is hard to beat.
Oh, yo, all right.
Ooh,
nice 4-piece, 5-piece coming out. Able to get over and grab a weapon very quickly. Wasn't disarmed for too long. It definitely didn't take any hits during it. Oh, incredible spacing using the extended range of the D-Light. Almost got in on that one. You saw him dash into it while those active frames were still going on the in-light. If that would have been a D-Light, he would have had the perfect timing, and I bet that's what he thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, guys looking for one D-Light to close things out here. Even a stray recovery should be enough, and he manages to get it there because he saw that Mounir dodged past him while he was below. So he was like, all I have to do is line it up and press recovery, and I should be able to get it, and that's exactly what he did. Godly taking game 1, but Mounir having probably the most, if not one of the most competitive games we've seen Godly have today.
I'm just still thinking about Darth Maul, dude. What if they give him a blaster and they put him on Ada? That would be awesome. Get the return of Ada. Oh, Ada. Yeah. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, everyone would play her for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. I would play her for longer, because I think there's some secret juice there. Like, blasters are kind of mid right now. But I think there's some secret juice there to Ada.
I think Ada's good.
If blasters get a little bit of love, I think there's secret juice there.
They just need a better pilot, you know? It's the pilot, not the plane.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which is crazy, because in Top Gun Maverick, they actually say it's the plane, not the pilot, which sounds way worse. We need to get Joe Kaczynski on the horn and tell him to, like, retcon that somehow. And in the remastered version, it's the pilot, not the plane, just so much better.
Yeah, wow. That's unfortunate, honestly.
They really messed up on that one. The only flaw in that movie. But there are also very few flaws in the way the Mounir is playing right now, because he has Godly very much in the red. 30 seconds into this game, in KO damage. He was trying to pick up the sidelight after that backdash.
Wow, he dodged through that.
There's the one from the middle of the stage. Not enough to KO. No high orb toss this time. He waited for it for just a little bit of time. That in-light not going to do it after the nerf that it caught several patches ago, but that one will, as he grabs the landing right on the stage. I don't know if Godly was going for the stage or going over to the wall. He just got caught mid-journey.
Yeah, it looks like he was in the startup of a side air and just got beaten out by quicker frame data. But, I mean, Godly's so quick to respond, right? Immediately finding that down sig. Looking for one more here. Mounir is going to have a chance to retaliate and whiffs the D-Light, gives Godly an opportunity to swing back. And Godly's saying one D-Light to rule them all. N-Light instead is going to be the name of the game. And we're going to keep rinse repeating the scenario in the corner here. Eventually it'll lead to the stock. That recovery is not going to be enough. Godly still fishing, but he's not taking damage in the interim. And that's all that really matters here.
That side air normally being a KO move for the sword, of course, on the wrong side of the stage, but also kind of dragging across the floor based on that vector. But that in-light is going to do it, and we are at an even game. A minute 30 into this one, Godly going to stick with the sword. It almost seemed like he might have gone over to grab with that sword recovery to grab those Katars back to stick with that, but no, he's going to stay on the sword. In-light coming out, just some classic sword gameplay. Dude, the in-light into the backdash, forward dash, side light. The number of times I have been caught like that, if I wasn't already bald, I would have torn my hair out just from that.
Right, because it's so weird because the sword obviously isn't known for having these crazy long strings, and so much of the gameplay is going to revolve around getting your singular hit or maybe your 2 hits, resetting your position, putting yourself in a spot where you can react or bait something out, and then continuing your pressure that way. And that's what Godly's doing to a max. I mean, he even drops the Sair there, but even then, it almost looked intentional to yank him off stage, you know?
Trying to find his way in, just adding up the damage move by move, and then...
Nice.
Okay, he's actually just going to go for the recovery there. He saw Mounir go into the sky. I mean, he felt comfortable. That was something Mounir was doing against, like, Skeldra earlier. As Skeldra wanted to go up high, Mounir was going to meet him there and get the KO off the top.
Knees as well, got chased.
Yeah, Godly was, like, dashing around, playing footsies on the ground, and it's like, you don't have to do that. You don't need to fish for the D-light. So he's just going to follow him into the air, grab the recovery, pluck him out.
Jeez. Guaranteed 5-hit string off of an ill-advised gravity cancel. Suddenly Mounir basically doesn't have a stock to work with here. I mean, yeah, untouched at this point by Godly. Tries to read a high recovery there to go ahead and try to make a clip for the stock, but Mounir's not going to give it to him, but Godly can already feel it. He feels like he's won this already.
Yeah. That stock from Mounir melted away so fast. I think even we saw on the sword pickup, I think he instantly went into a side signature. It did get interrupted, but I think that was the moment where he's like, yes, it's certainly over here. I've already won this game. It's my game to lose. There's the D-Light side air. And it seems like that was a correct assertion from Flambeau. It was Godly's game to lose. Even though it took 616 damage, he had plenty of room to go on his final stock. Really wasn't even halfway through it, and he took it.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those scenarios. I mean, he ended up winning with the D-Light Sair there, but he had racked up so much damage and had Mounir in the corner. If he wanted to go to sword and light here, he could do that. It would be quicker, safe, and probably would also KO, if not be very close to it. He just does such a good job of winning in these neutral exchanges that when it comes time to KO, his options feel relatively limitless because he racks up the damage so easily. And so, sure, I'll rack up 200 damage plus every single stock if that's what it means, because I keep winning out in the neutral exchanges so often that it really doesn't feel like extra work.
And it's a little bit of the Qatar Classic coming out of, like, you have to build up that damage to find those KOs. It typically takes longer to find KOs, especially when you're not using a oh my gosh, like Lin Fei, where you have like a signature kit that is very easy to knock out with.
So I'm like, I don't know how I feel about the swap from Mounir over to Jaehyun, right? I'm a greatsword aficionado, right? I love seeing this character come out. Mounir finally has a chance to pick up the greatsword, and I'm like, can you cook against Godly? I mean, we've seen Skeldra try to do something like this, and I mean, granted, against Mounir, it didn't work, but maybe he's thinking that he can do it a little bit better as far as, you know, being a master of the greatsword goes. Right now, he has that regular sword in hand, though, and he's using these end lights to great avail here, and that's one of the easier ways to play the weapon, kind of get a cut here and there, but you're not going to win blow for blow versus Godly. We were just discussing this, and so you need to find more on your exchanges.
Jaehyun is his 10th highest leveled legend, coming in at a level 44 on that, so he has spent some time on it. It is, of course, his highest leveled greatsword legend, but not his highest sword legend, so he has quite a bit of experience on the sword, so he's able to find things like that, maybe 2.5 jump heights up, the GC D-Light. Now he has the greatsword in hand. Let's see what he got for us. Godly's going to easily grab the sword there. He's just going to be playing against Godly's sword, so relatively straightforward, would you say, in the matchup here? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
See, what I was looking for, I was like, all right, you finally have a greatsword here. I'm like, when are you going to hit him with it? At this point, I think it might actually be 0 damage on the greatsword. He whipped 3 or maybe 4 different attacks there and then just lost the stock. So I'm like, I don't know what the pick's doing for you. Maybe there was a moment here where he was able to attack 1 hit, but I haven't seen it.
So if you're specifically, like, say you're doing what Mounir's done so far, where like all of the work is done on sword, how are you feeling about Jaehyun as a legend to pick for that?
Honestly, fine.
Okay.
His sword sigs are, I still think, some of the best in the game.
They're definitely very good.
You know, that end sig, really hard to deal with. That side sig, I remember the release version of that one used to have even...
Don't even. I don't want to talk about it, man. I'm getting flashbacks.
Oh, that was almost the game right there. Guy looking for one more D-Light or just a landing recovery even. That was a good read from Mounir. Just couldn't quite line it up properly. But, yeah, Godly going to go for one more D-Light. Maybe a falling recovery. We see him go for it there. Mounir is going to be hard to get the win. He's going to try to get the stock, but he surely isn't going to get the game.
Ooh,
Okay, he got hit with a great
nice
sword.
spot dodge through the Insig.
So I think that's what, 10 damage so far, maybe ish for Mounir.
No, because he got the he got a 2-piece like over on the edge.
Oh, did he?
I
Okay.
think he tried to finish it off with the Sarah. He got the opener and the bridge.
Okay.
We'll actually get
so he's
the
probably
real
looking at like
numbers on that
40-something
right now.
damage is what I'm guessing. It was
It's actually not even that much. I thought it was 31
Okay.
damage on the great sword coming out from Mounir compared to the 266 on the sword.
yeah. Yeah, no.